anything less meaningful than day 3 of the Boxing Day Test match. It's not Christmas anymore. It's not the New Year. No one's watching. No one's there. It's not hot anymore. I'm seeing a bit of blood on some trousers. I'm seeing some CAREY hundreds. I'm seeing injured fingers. I'm seeing 51 off 177 rocks, Pez. I don't know what today was. I just want to generate innings. Everyone knows what's going to happen in the game. Australia wins. What the exact figure is, let's just accelerate this thing. Let's just get to the New Year's Test match now. I've had enough. I've got what I wanted out of the Boxing Day Test match. We just have to go through some formalities to tidy up the dotting of the I's and the crossing of the lowercase J's.
Exactly. We have to manage our affairs. We have to tidy up our affairs.
Affairs need to be managed.
That's right, with this game. Yeah, I completely agree. We are smack bang in the middle of the fucking amnesia-ridden haze of the Australian summer. And I like what I'm seeing. Am I watching much of it? I mean, I'm there. My body's there. Couldn't be washing over me more. The fucking Big Bash is on in the background now. It's fucking Blobby Deluxe time. Welcome to any new Indian viewers. And Australia's closing in. Here goes. We're closing in on a test match victory, a series victory, and today was just another procession. I don't think it signals the death of the format. I don't think that we should focus on South Africa's direct and confident, clear divestment from this format of the game. Was it divestiture? Someone in the comments let me know. I just think that CAREY hundreds, it's good. I needed it. When Alex CAREY comes out to bat now, when it says his highest score, it will have 3 figures next to it. And I just think for his own sense of like equilibrium and our own, he needs that. Like a player who wields the willow for their job needs 100 in Test cricket. You're nothing without 100. You need 100. And I was getting nervous. It's harder when you bat at 7. You got less time. It's Cam Green doesn't have it, and it may have taken him another 10 days to get there. But CAREY has his 100, and he's batting beautifully, mate. He was elegant. He was busy. He's really quite great to watch, and I'm very open to a bit of like CAREY love as well. Such a nice boy. Such a nice boy with nice skin and nice eyes. I mean, we should just say at this point, he goes, while we fucking ramble on here, like we are both in absolute bits following our live show with Ricky Ponting last night. Like we're basking in the afterglow majorly. Yeah. It's one of the great moments in the annals and anals of the great cricketer. Yeah. And it's still still hovering around us. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Just worth noting we're in the midst
we're in the midst of the festive season, mate, and I've run out of carrots. I'm fucking out of carrots, mate. And there's just so much. There's so many festivities to be celebrated, to be carried out, to be executed, because that's what you do with the festive season. Affairs to tidy up. The crossing of the lowercase J's.
What language is that?
and I'm not really sure. Dutch. It's at least Nordic in some capacity. And it's just mate, I'm looking at this scorecard. I've got an opening banner with 200 clean. I don't love that CAREY's got 111. I don't like that from a Rubik's Cube perspective. I needed it's like having a surname with just only consonants. Like I just need a vowel in there somewhere. You know, it doesn't look neat. Just a little bit of separation. But mate, it's day 3. What are we looking at? I mean, fuck, like come on. I mean, South Africa, get the fuck out. You know what? I'm actually more excited by what the new year may bring. And by that, I mean, because of the injuries that the Australian team has suffered in the past couple of days, Stark and what's the other guy's name? Cameron Green. Thank you. I'm just thinking like, we're going to get some new toys to fuck around with in Sydney. Are we going to get like an Aaron Hardy in?
I think the Raw Dog's coming in. Are we going to fucking
bareback Morris?
Yeah, I think Raw Dog's coming in.
Okay, bareback's in.
Yeah, old Raw Dog there.
Just keep saying that the nickname.
I mean, it's another sign that this team's starting to do pretty well. That like we are now afforded the luxury of trying to now satisfy our lick of the autism needs. You know, like it's like, okay, I need this 100. I don't like that number. 200 clean is good. Oh, now I'm going to fuck around. You know, like I think that's they're just the little signs that things are going well. I agree. Like it's one thing that's strange is that two of Australia's best performers today, like Cameron Green and Mitch Starc, who bowled like heat at the end of the day, like they were also ruled out for the next game, like while they were performing really well. It's just an odd, like I get it, but it is funny. It's like I'm watching Cameron Green just soak up deliveries, and again in another text argument with my uncle about. Like I don't understand what Cam Green's doing there. Like I get it. I like a 50 against his name, 50 and a fifer. It's all good. I just don't get it. That state of the red course. I don't get that. I don't get why he has to soak up so many pills. My uncle was saying that he was doing it to protect CAREY, so that CAREY could go and get his 100. I'm like, I don't think that's what he's doing, mate. I just think I just think Cameron Green, like, and this is I'm getting it's luxury here, but like. I haven't seen a ball machine bat as much as Cameron Green since like Watto early years. It's very ball machine. That's fine. I don't mind him having a net from time to time. But you know, like he pushes forward in defence. It's like, you know, when like Warner pushes forward in defence, Steve Smith, like they're Alex Carey, like they're angling the bat. They're looking for a run. Like Cameron Green has just got that 45-degree angled bat fucking down into the ground, and it's just a ball machine. I like it. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting greedy.
You know, I feel like so much of this test match and Green's performance is just figuring out like what it all means for the IPL, which is like one of the first conversations about like what do the Mumbai Indians think about him playing with a broken finger? You know, like 3.15 million. Is he worth it? How come two other teams wanted him as well? Like wickets, what does that mean? Like 50 off 177 balls. Like what does that mean for the? You know, I'm just trying to figure out like if like of course he's had an amazing test match, but I'm still trying to figure out like is it 3.15 good? In a test match in a different format entirely, you know what I mean? Like that's where I've been spending most of my time.
That's where
this
cricket's
week
going.
Figuring that out.
Yeah, most
and
of
I haven't
time
had sex in 6 months.
That's a private. Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, like you know, there's some chat about maybe a second spinner in Sydney next week, and that it's a spinner.
Well, you know, Sydney always spins, mate. You know.
Yeah, that's right. It's a drier surface. And they want the spinner to complement the Nathan Lyon, so it may not be Todd Murphy, who also bowls off spin. So it's like, oh mate, is Zampa fucking steaming into a test at the SCG here? And what does that mean for his prospects at Rajasthan Royals this year? You know, like that's where cricket's going.
I found it a weird one today when they were off the field because it didn't really seem to be raining, and then they called it off really early. But they're starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow anyway. So what's the situation? South Africa trailed by 371 runs. It doesn't matter. Are you saying are Australia batting again in the game?
Are you serious? No. No, I liked the last little flurry at the end of the day. That was a bit of like, you know, rep cricket stuff, like a little, you know, like you get 10 overs at him, and it was like Cummins had it hooping around deluxe. That was good. I liked it. But no, I mean, I think South Africa are a beaten, broken side, and I think that they've demonstrated that their players lack the technical capacity to hang around. So, yeah.
What about this, Pezzo? What about this for an idea? What about David Miller coming in for the Sydney Test match and just giving him a test? Just get him in there. I mean, surely David Miller is a better player than some of these guys.
Well, I mean, that's just the sadness of all of these things. Like, you know, the young players coming through for South Africa, like Tristan Stubbs and Devon Brevis, they're IPL players. Right. You know, David Miller is among the best bats in South Africa. He's a white ball player. I get it. Like people say, oh, no, his red ball record's no good or whatever. It's like there's a reason it's no good. It's because he's focusing on that. You know what I mean? In a different era, that's not what happens. It's just a good stick. So, but yeah, I'll give him a game. Sure, it's great pipes.
Yeah,
it's a
Jonty Rhodes is there. Give him a game. AB, let's just a fucking like retro game. You know, get him in some new kit. I don't know, something to look at, something for the eyes. But yeah, I mean, all eyes are on Sydney moving forward. This game is already done and dusted. I've had enough. I got my 2 days. You know, we clapped at 350 for Warney. You know, we did our things. We saw some tributes. We saw some memories. All that kind of stuff. We wore our floppies. We had to surrender our devices to the Australian Federal Police.
That's right. I'm on the watch list now. Worth it.
You know, like I'm so desperate for Test cricket to survive, but I'm so fucking bored. I'm just so like driven by watching videos on the internet which go for 6 seconds, and they still have to tell me wait for it because I just got no attention span. And like 2 days into this test, and I'm just like, I've seen enough. I've got what I needed out of this. Next, let's get the fucking new game going. Let's get a new game going. I've had enough.
That's right. I want to see how I was watching Lance Morris jog off the field. So I was like, oh, that's how it jogs. Okay, interesting. I'm going to have to get used to that. We are the most.
I'm going to have to get used to that.
We are the most entitled generation that has ever lived.
Just imagine you just like looking up through the top of your eyelids, just like without blinking, just like, he runs like that, does he? I'm going to have to get used to that. Yeah, right. Okay, that's interesting. What's that?
It's not the gate I expected, from Raw Dog.
I'm just going to give me a hashtag ASKTGC.
Yeah. No, we got a question from Will Coxon. Lads, a quick one to add to today's daily review. Right, I will. Fucking presumptuous. Yeah, right. But I will. Is the level of swing Mitch Starc was getting with a dislocated finger an adequate equivalent to the theoretical hammers and fingers response to the Asian century? Cheers. I like it.
Yeah, that's interesting. So maybe he was swinging it more. Yeah, I mean, if Mitch Johnson just dislocated a couple of digits back in the day, maybe he wouldn't have had some release point issues.
Because we had another one from Bogues, just a message saying, just a post saying, if Cam Green ends up with a permanent slight hook in his finger, should every bloke on the planet just give up chasing a chop? like a fox with a little hook on the end.
Yeah. Wasn't it a nice moment today when Carey got his 100 and Green was like just fucking double fisted the air, and then he also celebrated with Carey as he's running down with two arms in the air. There's two separate. It's a non sequitur. That was a nice moment, wasn't it? That was a nice moment.
It was. It's nice to see Cam Green show some personality. I don't mean that in a mocking way. It is that was cool. Alex Carey. Good guy. He just looks like a good guy. It's yeah. And I think it's like I worry about guys. I've said this many times. I worry about guys who are 10 out of 10 blokes. Because when it's 10 out of 10, you're like, okay, they've got a dungeon. With fucking.
What are we looking at here? Dolls?
Yeah, we're looking at dolls in a dungeon. It's the Ned Flanders effect, But I think Carey's sitting at an 8 or a 9, which is good. I'm not worried about Alex Carey having dolls in a dungeon,
But Howie, I mean, I want to know what it is.
That's you. That's you saying that. Nah, Howie.
It's too perfect. I want to know.
Howie was good yesterday. He said something funny. He said something very funny yesterday, Howie. I really got a kick out of it because it was dark. So, like, Kerry O'Keefe was talking about. I don't know if he meant it, but Kerry O'Keefe was talking about like how it's the highest IQ of fast bowlers that's ever been on a cricket field. He's like, Pat Cummins is uni educated, Kagisa Rabada, Lungi Ngidi studying law away from cricket, and Kagisa Rabada's father's a lawyer. His mother's a lawyer, and his father's a brain surgeon.
Right.
To which, and then Kerry's like, so and Kagiso's just playing cricket, and Howie goes, oh well, he's keeping his dad in business. I was like,
holy shit,
that's very dark. He's suggesting he's attempting to send batters to require a brain surgeon. I thought I liked it from Howie. That's the level I want.
That's fucking
a good level.
That's good, mate. I think Boland would never have played another test if it wasn't for Howie's great call when he gets 6 for. He just always seems to be on commentary as well. It's a great pairing. It's one of the all-time great calls.
Yeah, it was a great call.
But I just want to know what it is. I just want to know what it is. Because if you're perfect, you can't be. I don't trust it.
Yeah, it's Flanders. It's the Flanders effect. Simple.
Yeah, of course. All right. Well, that is the review of day 3 of this. Day 3, Dolls and Dungeons. See you for day 4.
Sorry, mate.
Where we reveal more secrets.
Okay, no, fuck it. Where else can you come for an analysis of Alex Carey's debut 100 that meanders into whether he has a dungeon at home with dolls in it because he's too nice a bloke?
Where else can you come for that?
If he sees it, it ruins his day. Like, what if his wife sees that? That's fucked.
All right. Well, come back tomorrow and we'll reveal some more stuff and make some more wild allegations about your favourite player. See you tomorrow.